Hey guys, I wanted to make you a video to show you a little bit about blendspace. What I want you to do is I want you to go in and create your own individual blendspace accounts. It's really easy, should be quick. If you have a Google account already, you can use that. I just ask that you don't use the actual class Google account that I've made for you. I want each individual one of you to create your own lessons. It's a really cool tool, and I think that you're going to enjoy working with it. It's quick too. So I want to show you, once you create your class and you log in, create your account and you log in, you get this main home page, and over on the left hand side you've got lessons. These are all of the lessons that I have created so far in blendspace, and once you start creating lessons you'll have this list as well. On this side, classes, these are classes that I've created, and like you see, here's 240, here's 130, and here's one for you. So if I create anything in blendspace for you guys, which I will, I'm going to put it here, and I will give you a class code to use for it. Gallery is on the bottom, and these are just images that you can search for and use, or different actual, not images, actual blendspace presentations. But you're going to be working from the lesson. So I want to give you an example of what I want you to do for this week. So I want you to go in, create a blendspace account, and based upon the topic that I've given you in your room, I want you to create a lesson in blendspace to share in your rotation room. So all you do is really easy, click new lesson, and it's going to create your lesson. Now you have different parts of this screen. It's real important to understand. You've got templates. You can choose how these actual slides are going to look. So you could have a section of 6. You could have them looking like a bar. You could have them looking like some sort of collage or grid. And if you could think about PowerPoint, how PowerPoint has slides in a sequential order, that's how blendspace is. So it's like taking PowerPoint slides, putting them in a bag, and presenting them in a different way. You can pick whichever kind of style you want. It doesn't matter to me. Lots of times I do a bar just because it's more ordered. If you wanted to choose a theme, you could change the color. I don't worry about that. Play is obvious, and you could even print these out if you wanted to. So this is your main work area where you're going to be adding things. On the side over here, this is how you can search and find resources really easily. So we've got a YouTube tab, we've got a Google tab, Flickr tab if you've got that, an actual web page insert. If you have anything in Drive, we can do that. You all are going to have access to the class Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Slides, all of that. I typically go from between YouTube and a Google search. So let's imagine that I want you to create a lesson on, let's see here, glucose, no, let's not say that, let's say spectrophotometry. So you just click and type in the title. Now over here, I want a video. I want to share a video with the rest of my classmates on how to work a spectrophotometer, or some basic information on spectrophotometer. So I type in spectrophotometer usage or whatever, and it's going to bring up videos for me. Literally accesses YouTube and brings up videos. So we can preview these. Okay. So you can preview them using a spectrophotometer if you like.
To begin this tutorial, I'd like to start by identifying several key components of the spectrophotometer.
You get the gist, right? Okay, so you can preview the video and decide whether or not you want to like it, whether or not you want to use it, close out of it. So I decided I want to use this tutorial. I simply place my mouse over top of that video, left click and drag and drop. And there you go. My video has been placed into the blendspace area. So let's imagine that here I want to add some information. You can just simply type, I hate chemistry and I love hematology. Don't literally put that in there. If you're going to type something, put something that that students can actually use. So to speak, let's say you wanted to say a monochromator is a wavelength selector. Something useful, okay? Click done. It puts it there. You can change the font. You can manipulate it just like you can in Word. So down here, let's say I wanted a quiz. You can actually add a quiz here. So you could create a quiz and say that what is the light source in an AAS? You come down here and you put your answers. We're going to say tungsten lamp. We can say an option is a deuterium lamp. You're going to add an answer. You're going to say a hollow cathode lamp. Cathode lamp. Add another answer. You can keep going and going and going. You can say nothing, whatever. Whatever you decide, you have free reign to create this the way you want. Make sure that when you do this that you select the correct answer. Then you can say either done when you're finished adding questions, or you can add another question right here and keep going. So we'll say done. Question can't be left blank. Okay, so what is a PMT? Photomultiplier tube, right? Okay, so it's a detector, so to speak. We can just leave it like that. Say done. Oh, gotta have another one. Here we go. So if you have 2 spots for answers, you've got to make sure that you put in 2 answers. If you don't want the other answer, just click X, but what would be the point in only having one for multiple choice? Click done, and it puts the quiz there. So you can go through, and if you wanted to add more rows, you hit add more row, and you can go at it again. So let's do this. Let's search Google for spectrophotometer images. We've got images for the specs, so we could have that. You could keep looking and trying to find more. Let's see if we can find a cuvette. Cuvette or cuvette. There's your cuvette. So click and drag and drop, and there's your cuvette. Okay. This is the gist of how blendspace works, and I want you to play around with it and get familiar with it. But what I want you to do is I want each of you to create your own account, but I want you to collaborate. I want you to work together on one submission when you use blendspace. And the way you do that is you come up here. Let's say, for instance, Jaylene started this, and you guys in your group, you decided to say, okay, we're going to do some blood bank stuff, but Jaylene, you're going to be the one to create the actual blendspace initial presentation in your account. You guys all agree on that. Jaylene goes in, wham, bam, bam, bam. She's got it created. Jaylene comes in and she's going to click share, and what she's going to do is she is going to click on collaborate, and you're going to copy this link down here. Make sure you click on collaborate. If you click on share, what you're going to do is you're going to share the actual presentation with someone who cannot modify it. So you want to click on collaborate. Once you click on collaborate, get this URL just by Control-C or right-click and copy, paste it into an email to your classmates, and then they get access to it in their own account so they can go in and make their edits. Once you guys are finished with your editing, you can actually go back into the final product, grab this URL, and post it into our classroom. And we'll learn more about that in the classroom tonight. But blendspace is really good. It's really, really easy. So when you first start out, don't get frustrated, because once you get the hang of this, which you get the hang of it quickly, it's super simple. The other thing to remember is that it auto-saves everything. You don't have to save a thing. So I want you to use this as your first time doing the questions, okay? So if you have any concerns, any questions, any problems, you call me at any time. And I look forward to seeing what you make.